Hello Commanders, welcome back. It's been a little while, but let's get going. So the next episode we're doing is Illusion of Communication.
Our information about events at Pavo is incomplete, but I believe the Terrans are undertaking a large-scale operation there. They have managed to coerce the planet's consciousness into serving their violent needs. Furthermore, they've turned Pavo's transmitter into a potent weapon. Time is of the essence. While the Alliance is mobilizing a larger response, we are, in effect, the first responders. It falls to us to do what we can to stop Captain Tilly and her crew before they solidify their control of Pavo. Failing to do so could be catastrophic. Ideally, we should return the Discovery and her crew to their proper time and space. Under the circumstances, removing the Terran presence from Pavo is the more immediate, logical need.
Understood, Solmot. Okay, how much farther do we gotta go? One sector. So that's not too bad.
Based on my readings, I believe the Terrans have managed to alter Pavo's song. Somehow, Tilly and her crew have manipulated it into a new type of harmonic waveform. This waveform is potent enough to realign the space around the planet, shifting it to a different quantum signature. As a result, a number of interphasic rifts have opened in the system.
For what purpose?
I believe she is attempting to bring things from the mirror universe to ours. Logic suggests an invasion force, based on previous encounters with the Terran Empire. We are not the only ones interested in this behavior. The time-displaced Klingons are moving to investigate as well. Considering previous encounters, the situation could become volatile quickly.
Let's deal with this before it gets out of hand. Wreckage from a ship, a massive one. The Terrans were trying to get reinforcements through here, it didn't work. I'm picking up light signs on several of the larger pieces of debris. Emergency life support systems are failing, however. They don't have a lot of time. Prep sick bay for casualties, begin transporting survivors aboard. Several rescued survivors. Uninjured ones are being held in the brig. Casualties are in sick bay. We found several who were cocooned in mycelial threads. Apparently the wreckage passed through some kind of subspace mycelial network. And now several of the survivors are wrapped in these fungal strands. Will the cocoon ones survive? Too early to tell, but indications are generally positive. Apparently mycelial webwork is very durable. May have protected them from the disaster that claimed their ship. Keep me posted if their status changes. In the meantime, we need to get planetside.
I have the coordinates for the science station on the planet's surface. It is logical to assume that the Terrans have taken control of the research team and their facilities. Preparing for an armed response would be prudent.
Understood.
The research facility has already been attacked. We must see to the welfare of the researchers, if any survived.
We should check the sheltered area.
Your assistance is appreciated.
I have recovered.
My injuries are not
We are fortunate
life-threatening.
that the Terrans did not kill everyone. They were more concerned with our research data and equipment. Our work appears to have given the Terrans what they need to communicate with Pavo in ways we cannot. They are now able to alter the planet's consciousness, causing it to reflect their own dark nature.
We'll beam your people to safety before we deal with the Terrans.
Our security personnel should remain with us. We will need all the help we can get against the Terran forces.
A logical conclusion.
While trying to communicate with the planet, we have learned that it uses crystal matrices as transmitters. A collection of crystal samples. They may be useful to re-establish the planet's normal biosphere, free from Terran influence.
Let's pick up a few of those crystals before we continue. Just want to make sure there's nothing here, because I don't quite remember. Nope, farther down.
I was able to take readings of the area. Terran technology is not subtle, especially agonizer gear. I'm reading it in several nearby locations. A meadow, a riverbank, and a narrow pass. I am also reading several Terran life signs in those areas. I do not expect a warm welcome from them.
Once we've dealt with the Terrans, we can turn off their agonizers and restabilize the planet.
There is a canyon that exits to another glade of Pavan life a short distance to the south of here. Logically, the Terrans would seek out places where they can use their technology to attempt to subvert the planet.
We should keep an eye out for their devices then.
The device there, near the crystals. Disable it to interrupt the Terrans' hold on Pavo. We should continue before the Terrans send reinforcements. Curious. I sense something. They are attempting to communicate telepathically. They are angry. Kill them! Kill them all! Fascinating. The Terrans have used their agonizer technology to induce a state of hostility in the Pavan biosphere. It is lashing out, using its empathic powers to project its pain and rage into other living beings. If the Terrans are able to do this on a large scale, the planet could serve as a massive telepathic weapon. It would be able to subvert or kill anyone, anywhere. We should disable this technology wherever we find it on Pavo.
Why didn't the attack affect me or my officers?
An interesting question. I believe the biosphere has a stronger connection to myself and my team. It may have instinctively struck the most familiar minds first. That being said, I do not believe it will continue to exclusively attack the members of my team. Only those with the ability to harm the biosphere will be immune.
Are you able to continue on?
Yes. Now that I have experienced the psionic attack, I can take steps to shield my mind against it. The security officers, on the other hand, do not have my level of training in the mental arts. It would not be logical for them to continue on with us.
Very well, we'll beam the security team up to the ship. Alright, found that one.
It seems that in addition to using their agonizer technology on the planet itself, the Terrans are blocking access to the central pillar with force fields in selected areas. Doubtless, they wish to prevent interference in their captain's plans.
We need to disable these force fields and stop their captain.
And here you are, alive and kicking. Well, bravo!
It is illogical for you to continue, Captain. Whatever you are doing to Pavo needs to end.
Ah, the famous Vulcan logic. Get it straight. Pavo and I, we're just getting started. Oh, and that part about sending my best at you? I lied.
Bring it, Tilly.
Why don't I give you a little taste of my big gun? I can do this all day. You?
Damn it, Sacha, where are you?
Time's up. Ready to die? Ever had an agonizer down your throat? No? You're about to.
There you are.
Now this will be a real treat. For me. You just got to my last nerve and jumped all over it.
Come on, just picked him up. Leave him alone.
Well, this is definitely not how I saw this ending. You know it's only a matter of time before we beat you, right? You don't have the stomach to stop us. But we're more than capable of ending you. And I intend to make that happen.
That seems unlikely. Your campaign of terror here is over, Captain.
Oh, I'm not done yet, Vulcan. Till next time, you assholes.
Fascinating.
I was just gonna say that, Selma.
Interesting. She has somehow used Pavo's transmitter as a long-range transporter. Tilly could be anywhere in the quadrant now. If we are fortunate, we might find further clues among the Terran equipment. They did go to considerable trouble to arrange this site.
We should check their gear nearby the spire.
I think we have found all we can here. It may be advisable to return to your vessel so that we can deal with the situation in local space.
Understood.
Now that you have secured the research preserve, we must find a way to return the remaining Terrans and their vessel to their proper time and space.
Recommendations?
We can use the ion storm to send Discovery back. Specially modified probes can amplify the storm in specific locations. This can generate a localized ion effect and open a gateway to the proper point in space and time.
Convincing Discovery to enter that could be difficult.
Indeed, especially given the Terran predilection for hostility.
Shields up, fire to disable.
Pointless. As much as it pains me to say this, surrender. What are your terms?
Stand down, you need to return to your proper place in space.
Fine by me. Tilly slinked off to parts unknown and left us to die. I'm the captain now, and I say send us back if you can.
Very well, return to your initial entry position, and don't try more tricks.
Your display has been updated with locations to place probes around Discovery. Once the probes are in place, they will trigger an ion flare to open the gateway that will take Discovery back.
Easier said than done.
Agreed. The time-displaced Klingons are still out there, and they have shown a distinct interest in destroying the Discovery, along with all of us.
Right, Helm, take us to the launch points. Tactical, keep watch for Klingons.
Keep those Klingon ships off us!
intensifying. Soon it will shift Discovery to any ships nearby.
Platform, if this is about. Otherwise, this is gonna be a real short trip.
Shields are critical! We're losing them!
Emergency power to shields, now!
Somot to Discovery. Prepare for transit. Probes are in position. Activating in 3, 2, 1. Engage. The ion storm has cleared, and we're receiving standard readings from Pavo. It's broadcasting its song as normal. No aberrations, no distress calls. It would seem things are returning to a calm, peaceful level.
That's good news.
Once the research team is able to resume their duties, we will begin to analyze the impact of agonizer technology on the Pavan ecosystem. Considering what we have just witnessed, it will be logical to make sure Tilly and her crew didn't leave any unexpected surprises on the planet as well. For now, I believe we can safely depart the system.
Understood. Just want to grab my loot real quick.
The ion storm, once the It will take some time to evaluate the impact of the Terran occupation of Pavo. The agonizer technology they used to manipulate the planetary biosphere was invasive and damaging. I am concerned about the effect it had upon the Pavan ecology, and how that will affect future attempts at interaction with the planet. The fact that Captain Tilly remains at large is troubling. It will take some time to evaluate the impact of the Terran occupation of Pavo. The agonizer technology they used to manipulate the planetary biosphere was invasive and damaging. I am concerned about the effect it had upon the Pavan ecology, and how that will affect future attempts at interaction with the planet. The fact that Captain Tilly remains at large is troubling. Her technological prowess and propensity for violence should make her presence in this time quite disruptive. Should she acquire current technology and return to her own time, it is possible that she will rewrite history as we know it, turning our universe into one more like her own, if not worse. In the meantime, we both have our duties to attend to. It has been agreeable working with you. Live long and prosper.
Peace and long life.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Alright, we're going to be continuing.
This is Captain Kumarke of the LSS Ritskava. My research group is under attack in the Andoria system. We believe the attackers are allied with House Mokai in service to Matriarch Ja'ula. Their flagship is using some kind of super weapon. We've lost 3 ships to it already. To all vessels within range, please. We require immediate assistance. We can't last much longer against...
On our way, Captain.
Oh, thank you for coming, my friend. Things were looking quite grim before your arrival. The Mokai vessels attacked without warning. Be mindful of their flagship. It has a super weapon of unknown origin, and it is devastating.
Bold of them attack Andoria in the heart of the Federation.
Indeed. We'll need to act fast if we're going to save Andoria.
Very well, can you tell us about the raiders?
The Mokai ships are old, but they've been retrofitted with modern technology. Matriarch Ja'ula has been busy since her arrival from the 23rd century. Look, this cowardly attack took us by surprise. We need to deal with these raiders before that super weapon gets turned on my homeworld. Agreed?
Agreed. We're moving to assist.
they left a very disturbing problem in their wake. We're not exactly sure what that rift is, or what it's capable of. I need answers to those questions. Andoria is my home, and I won't let it come to harm on my watch.
We'll get to the bottom of this, Captain.
My readings are showing a distinct biological presence with qualities similar in many ways to that of fungi. Very intriguing. I'm afraid astromycology is not my specialty. I believe we'll need to consult with an expert in the field if we're to solve this riddle quickly.
Experts in astromycology are uncommon.
I realize the scientific aspects of the rift are fascinating, but let's not forget this thing appeared as a result of Ja'ula firing her new weapon. It's not benign. It's meant to do harm. The way I see it, this rift is a ticking time bomb, and we need to shut it down before it explodes. Period.
I agree.
My science team has isolated a series of research files that could help us. They're old, from the mid-23rd century. Interesting. A good number of them are classified by Starfleet Command. At the highest level.
Why would Starfleet classify astromycology research?
That's a damn good question. Not sure I want to know the answer. Look, finding an astromycologist from this century and getting them up to speed on this will take time, and we don't have a lot of that. I propose we create a holographic simulation of the author of these files and put it to work on the problem.
Sounds like a plan, Captain.
Good. Let's meet here on the Hoffman. I'll talk to Starfleet about gaining access to these research notes. See you soon.
On my way.
Welcome aboard. Hope you're ready to go to work, because we have a lot of work to tackle and very little time to do it in.
Any updates on the rift?
Some. My people believe we're looking at some kind of quantum-level mycelial thread. Basically a giant extra-dimensional fungus. A giant extra-dimensional fungus that somehow serves as a portal into another plane of existence.
So how do we close this portal?
We're working on that with you, the Lucari, and hopefully the hologram we're about to deploy. Let's hope they have the data we need to get the job done.
To the holodeck then. My away team can meet up when we know what we're doing next.
Okay, let's get started. I'll initiate the basic holomatrix while you upload and integrate the relevant personality and research data.
Understood.
Okay, merging your data with the core holomatrix. Now, computer, initiate program Papa Sierra 1.
Starfleet. I should have known. There's no way in hell I'm letting you weaponize my work. Also, I don't appreciate being kidnapped, drafted, whatever this is.
Damn it. The simulation isn't accessing data from his Starfleet career. Computer, initiate full security override on my authority.
Hello? Is your universal translator working? Anyone? Who's in charge here? You? It's you, isn't it?
That should do it. Computer, reinitialize program.
Please state the nature of the mycelial emergency. You know, I was afraid something like this would happen. I told Strahl that our work could get twisted into some sort of weapon. I never expected the Klingons would be the ones doing the twisting.
There's a transdimensional portal that Seems fungal in nature.
Give me a second. Reviewing your current data. Got it. Okay, we need to know more about the probes this time-traveling Klingon fired into the mycelial network. I'll run some simulations, see what I can find out.
What can you tell us about the mycelial network?
It's a subspace realm that spans the entire multiverse. That's our universe and all other quantum realities all connected to the network. The network contains the roots of a certain type of fungus, and if you know how, you can use the spores of that fungus to access the network. I'm one of the few people to figure out how to do that, by the way. I'm assuming that's why I'm here now.
Among other reasons, yes.
The Discovery was equipped with a spore drive, and with it, we were able to travel immense distances almost instantaneously, thanks to the network. It wasn't always an exact science, though. You weren't careful, you could wind up in another dimension, or another time.
I see. I'm glad we're able to call on your expertise.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
How dangerous is Jaula's weapon?
I need more data on this Klingon superweapon, but if I were to guess, I'd say it's meant to disrupt a localized section of the network. That disruption, in turn, damages the corresponding section in our universe. Problem is, damage in the mycelial network tends to spread and grow in magnitude. Unchecked, this type of attack could spread through the entire network, which would be very bad.
Exactly how bad are we talking about here?
Bad on an apocalyptic scale. Simply put, if she keeps doing this, she could bring an end to all life in all universes.
Understood. I feel the stakes have just been raised considerably.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
Let's get to work. Computer configure mycelium research laboratory.
Nice touch. I'd have been fine with a lab from this century, but it's the thought that counts, I suppose. I'm going to run some calibration tests. I'll need you to handle the radiation and spore saturation levels.
How will that work?
I'll start the calibration, then the monitors will show you the level of radiation and spore saturation in the chamber. You'll need to adjust it up or down as we go. Don't let it get too high or too low. If the levels go out of bounds, I'll have to reset the simulation. That's annoying, so don't do it.
Got it. Begin research.
The simulation is picking up speed. Stay sharp.
Wrong way.
Spore saturation is too high. Reduce it before it... Increase the radiation level. It's getting too low.
Fucking lag.
The simulation failed. Let's try again when you're ready. The simulation is picking up speed. Stay sharp. All right, we're good here. Let me take a look at the results. Interesting. First thing, we can use the rift to transport into the mycelial network, which is good because we need to go there to figure out what this Jaula is up to.
Come again?
Sorry, got ahead of myself there. I'm detecting radiation coming from the rift of a type unique to 23rd century Klingon tech. It's probably coming from those probes Jaula shot into the network. Whatever they're doing in there, it's probably not for the benefit of life, the universe, and everything.
Understood. Next moves.
Sounds like we need to send an away team into this mycelial network to gather more data on the problem and deal with whatever House Mokai is doing there. I'll set up a mobile emitter so Stamets here can go along. I have a feeling we'll need his expertise on the other side of that rift.
Understood. Let's do it. Computer end program.
All right. Transporter's ready and standing by to beam you into the mycelial network. I took the liberty of sending your ship the adjustments. Your away team will be ready to join you there. Just say the word when you're ready to go.
We're ready. We'll contact you if anything goes wrong.
Good luck in there. We'll be monitoring from here. Energize.
Welcome to the Mycelial Network. Alright, we don't have a lot of time. Between her weapon and whatever tech she's put in here, Ja'ula's done a lot of damage. We need to put a stop to it before it gets too far gone. Let's head toward those Klingon energy signatures. Seems like a good place to start.
Something's stinging me. What is that?
That would be the Jasep. They're a sentient, spore-based colony life form. My records indicate they act to decompose any material that's alien to the mycelial network, like you, for example. Adjust your personal shields to this setting. It should protect you from their nibbling.
Understood.
Good. Whatever's happening with that Mokai tech hasn't spread here. Not yet, anyway. Take some samples from healthy spore clusters. We'll need them for comparison studies later. You really can't appreciate this place until you see it for yourself. This is serious. If the network is damaged beyond repair, it could end all life, everywhere. Hold your fire. I'm pretty sure she comes in peace.
Outsiders, I am of the Jasep. We are people of this realm. We have met people of your realm before. Many of them have traveled here. Others from your realm have sent things that are hurting us. You must make this stop.
Patel, how is this possible? I saw you die.
I created this form to give the Jasep voice, to communicate with you. Based on your memories, Patel is compassionate, idealistic, someone who protects, someone like the Jasep.
I see. We appreciate the jester.
We waste time. Strange devices have been brought here. They make the fungus sick. They are making the yield tree bloom.
We've come to help if we can.
This yield tree she's talking about is bad news. The Jasep aren't fond of it, and with good reason. Its bark is toxic to them.
How did this happen, Patel?
There was a tear in the sky, and a device came through it from your realm. It gives off strange light and heat at all times. This is what brings the sickness and the poison. We know it. The device is deeper in the forest. I will take you to it, but you must stop it. You must.
We'll do what we can.
Let's get moving. Looks like this device is deeper in the mycelial forest. Watch for visible signs of fungal corruption and yield tree growth. The more we see, the closer we'll be to the problem.
Understood.
We can use this to move quickly. It will let us travel through the network to another part of the realm.
I see.
Interesting. This might be a tardigrade birthing ground. Try not to scare the little ones, okay? I don't think we'd survive an encounter with an angry adult tardigrade, let alone several.
A few scans won't hurt. We don't know a lot about them.
The liquid sources here may tell us more about them as well. Tardigrades can put themselves into a desiccated state to survive without water, but they still need it to remain active and to grow. Take a sample from the center of the pool. That should provide useful information.
Right, let's scan the little ones and the water source.
Interesting. Even baby tardigrades are extremely tough. The fluid sample shows a high level of nucleotides and proteins. This serves not only as a liquid source for the local flora, but also a nutrient carrier. These proteins include compounds associated with the formation of neurotransmission and memory.
So the fluid is part of the nervous system within the network.
It's possible that the liquid carries information in the form of protein compounds, and that specific fungi may release chemicals into the fluid that allow for widespread communication.
In the mycelium are roots and vessels, like the waterways are neuron-like.
The tardigrades are of the realm. They live in harmony within the forest.
Come on, stop running around. Thank you.
These readings could be very helpful to us here. Understanding this ecosystem may be the key to healing it.
Agreed, but we need to press on.
Look, see that? That's definitely not Klingon tech. It's running clean, too. No radiation or harmful emissions. Whatever it is, it's not part of the problem here. I'd like to take a closer look, if you don't mind.
Not at all. I'd like to know more about it myself.
Curiouser and curiouser. This is Alachi tech. I wonder what they're doing in here. This device appears to collect spores floating in the atmosphere. Based on what we know about Alachi, I think it's collecting food for them.
Ilachi, what would bring them here?
Alachi are, like the Jasep, part of this realm. They lived here before they went to serve and fight in your realm. Now some of them have returned.
They're lucky Sela didn't find this place. She'd burn it to the ground.
This Sela, does she work with the one who sent the devices and the sickness? Do we have another enemy to face?
She's in prison and no friend to Joula or the Alachi.
I sense that you are conflicted when you speak of the Alachi. They are your enemies, aren't they? Will you bring your war with them to this realm?
That is not my intention, but if they attack, we will defend ourselves.
Incoming!
Something's wrong with the Alachi. They have the sickness. Those Alachi were of the realm, but they were sick. Toxic, like the yield tree. Their devices were corrupt as well. If we cannot cure the Alachi, we must cull them from the realm before the sickness spreads.
Understood, we're here to help them if we can.
Lots of yield tree growth here. That's not a good thing.
You
the
see?
corruption is getting stronger.
Look here. It is corrupted. The device makes it grow in a strange, toxic way, and it spreads the sickness.
We must be getting closer to the device.
This fungi is being mutated by Hark-Peng radiation. Not good. Looks like this used to be an Alachi research outpost. They were starting to build defense systems in response to incursions from our space. Bet you can't guess who was responsible for those.
Ja'ula, so Lachi were trying to deal with this problem as well.
Unfortunately, the radiation from Ja'ula's tech had a negative effect on the Alachi. They began to mutate, and their higher brain functions started to deteriorate. Looks like a team decided to head deeper into the network to deal with the problem. There aren't any coherent entries after that.
I'm guessing they failed. Ja'ula's tech is still operational.
We must go deeper into the network, toward the source of the corruption.
Very well, Patel. Let's keep moving.
The device is close, you see? The yield trees, the corruption, they have spread through this area. Find the next node and jump. The source of the sickness must be in the next area.
Something's wrong here. The radiation has mutated the hyphae grouping in this conduit. I can't compute its dynamic output ranges and adjust to compensate for the mutation. Long story short, we're stuck.
Patel, is there something you can do here?
No. The sickness has damaged it too much. I cannot speak to it and make it work. It must be navigated by the stamets. The living stamets.
What could the living stamets do differently than this one?
The living stamets, the one who came here before, was part of the network, connected. He touched it with his mind. The living stamets could feel the flow of the network. That is how he guided his ship home through it.
Feel, you mean intuition. The living stamets guided discovery with intuition.
Yes, but this stamets does not think the same way. It thinks like a machine, not like the living.
Can we teach the stamets to do that, to think that way?
The memories and essence of the stamets from before are within the network. We may be able to bring them forth for you, so you can merge them with this stamets. What you need is within what grows here, and the fluid that connects and sustains it.
Let's start connecting what we need.
The mycelial forest is a vast network, much like your computers. All you need to do is bring the memories you want to the surface.
How would I do that?
The water connects all the growth. Use it to compel the fronds to blossom and release the memories you seek. Watch carefully. When the fronds bloom, collect the spore memories from them.
Understood. Let's hope this works.
Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Enemy targets on center.
You will need to collect more of the fluid. Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate. You will need to collect more of the fluid. You have the spores. Now you must return to the place of memory. Together, we will make them rebuild the memory of what was.
Understood.
building blocks of energy across the universe.
Look how it interacts with the spores. It's as if
I don't know where to go.
you only do it for me, but I could be your dad. I love it when you only do things for me. You're the thread that weaves life through space.
I so hoped you would find your way.
I can't even find my way out. Follow the music, Paul. I'm not going anywhere. Open your eyes.
Hugh? Okay. I know what I need to do here. Hugh. Now I know what it was like for you when you came back. Now it's my turn, except you're not here. None of you are. Burnham, Tilly, Saru, all of you. You're gone. It's just me now. What's left of me, at least.
Are you all right?
I'm gonna need a moment here, okay? This is a lot to take in.
Of course.
Okay. Everything's all coming together in my head now. I can navigate the network again. I can do this.
Welcome back, Commander.
We are alike now, both created for a purpose, but with the memories of someone else. The memories of a life not entirely our own. But we are alive.
You are. Your lives are your own.
Patel may be a living thing, but what about me? I'm a computer program, a simulation of a life once lived, and yet, I remember being him. I remember the thrill of discovering the mycelial network, the terror of the Klingon War, serving on Discovery, everything I felt when I lost Hugh, and everything I felt when he came back. All of it. Everything.
All important things, and part of your life now.
We were made, not born. But that alone does not define us. If we have all the memories, all the feelings, we can choose how to live, according to what we know and feel. We are as real as anyone. We are just made of different things.
You are Paul Stamets now, if that is your choice.
You're giving me the chance to do what I want, to be who I want to be. Thank you. I've made my choice. Let's finish this. A lot of people are counting on us, counting on me. I can help, and I will. It's what Hugh would have wanted, and it's what I want.
Very well, let's get to work, Commander.
The sickness. It is strong here. It is dangerous. Already many of the Alachi have become sick and corrupted.
Are we near the source then?
There are 3 devices up ahead. You must disable them.
Let's take a look.
There are the devices, up ahead.
That tardigrade over there doesn't seem to be bothered.
They are of the realm, but the sickness doesn't affect them. It should. They eat overgrown blooms. They drink the water. Somehow, they remain strong.
Something about them could be the solution to all of this.
Right now, the radiation is creating more overgrowth than the tardigrades can eat. If we take out Ja'ula's device, the corruption will stop and the growth rate will return to normal. Then the tardigrades will eat the surplus overgrowth, corrupted or not. Given time, they should slowly bring the ecosystem back into balance.
Let's find that device and shut it down.
This could be tricky. We can't disable the probes without clearing the corrupted mycelium, and we can't do that without risking detonation. We're going to need to think outside the box on this one.
I'm listening.
We need to convince a hungry tardigrade to come to the buffet table, so to speak. If we can lure one of them to the probes, it might clear the overgrowth to a point where we can safely disarm them.
Lure a tardigrade. How do you propose we do that?
I'm thinking we use the healthy spore samples we collected earlier. If you're willing to wave a carrot in front of a hungry, practically indestructible 8-legged horse.
It's worth a shot.
All right, turn off that probe and we'll move on. Good work. Now lure the tardigrade to another probe.
Enemy targets on sensor.
The tardigrade's done. Disable that probe. Nice! Only one more to go. The tardigrade's done. Disable that probe. This is all starting to come together. Ja'ula's plan, that is. I think I understand what she's trying to do.
Alright, what do you have?
Ja'ula and House Mokai learn about classified Starfleet projects in 2256. She raids the Glen and discovers the spore drive, then steals all of the data on it. Unfortunately for her, Strahl corrupted the data before she stole it. So, when she made her spore-based superweapon, she was using bad data.
With tragic results.
She puts her shiny new toy on her flagship and joins the attack on Starbase 1. That didn't work out so well for her. Bad data, bad weapon. She pulls the trigger and boom! It blows up in her face and the explosion throws her into this century.
Her and many others.
Ja'ula works out the bugs in her weapon's design. She determines that mutated spores are a critical component, so she sets out to get more of them. That's where the probes come in. She fires them into the network, they beam out Hark-Peng radiation, spores mutate, and Ja'ula gets more ammo for her weapon of mass destruction.
Disturbing, but makes sense.
Problem is, she didn't think it through. The radiation causes unexpected side effects, as we've seen firsthand. Somehow, I don't think Ja'ula is worried about collateral damage, though.
Agreed.
Knowledge is power. Now that we know what she's up to, we can take steps to put an end to her plan and protect the network from her actions. Hopefully, we'll be able to work with the Josep on this. Who knows, maybe the Alachi will join the fight. The sane Alachi, that is.
We're gonna need all the help we can get on this, I think.
No argument there. Wait, did you hear that? Something's coming. Something big.
Now what?
I'm gonna say that's not a good sign.
Do not fire. We are allies. Forgive me. It has been so long since I have used my voice.
I'm listening. Who are you?
I was Jarsith, a Romulan once. I am Ilachi now.
Are you reverting back to your original form?
Partially. My mind returns to the time before my change. But I will never be a true son of Romulus again. The weapon is to blame. It corrupts some of us. Drives us mad. Others, like me, become fusions of Ilachi and what we were before. Wait. These weapons, are they the work of the Tal Shiar?
No, the weapons were fired by Ju'ula, a renegade Cleon matriarch.
You must stop her. Close the rifts. Destroy her weapons. If she continues this madness, she will utterly corrupt this realm. If that happens, it will break through into the void space, your realm, and destroy everything.
That is not going to happen if I have anything to say about it.
You should return to your realm. Ju'ula's attack has angered other Ilachi. They are taking a fleet to destroy anything on the other side of the rift.
Like our ships.
You must leave now. Go to your realm and help your people while you can.
Thank you for your help, Patel.
It is our way. The Josep thank you for removing the sickness. We will work with Tarsev and other Ilachi who wish to stand together against Ju'ula. We believe we will meet again, friends. Goodbye.
Until next time, then.
We're receiving your data now. No sign of our House Mokai friends, but something's definitely happening with the rift. Based on what you found out in the network, we'll be able to close it, but we'll need to get several external readings before we're ready to try.
Work fast, Captain. House Mokai might return, and sooner than we like.
Riskava and Hoffman can head to opposite ends of the rift. From there, we should each be able to get a differential reading. Once we have enough data, you can use a deflector modulation to close the rift.
Let's make it happen. Watch your sensors for Mokai ships, though.
Those are lots of ships, things, and scorpions. The illogical.
lesson first. Whew! Well done! Not to rain on the parade here, but Ja'ul is still out there. As long as she has that weapon and the spores it needs to power it, this can happen again.
Well, you can count on the Lucari. We will do what we can to stop her. This isn't just a threat to our universe. There's a brilliant, wondrous realm lying beneath our conception of space. And it's in danger as well. We can't let harm come to it from our side of the cosmos.
We stopped Ja'ula's attack and saved Andoria. I'd call that a good start. That rift, though, that's something you don't see every day, even in Starfleet. And I've seen some strange things in my time. It was good working with you all. I'll make sure Starfleet Command is updated. We'll do everything we can to bring Ja'ula to justice and put a stop to this campaign of hers.
About Ja'ula, she's going to go after any spores she can get her hands on. You're going to want to cut her off, the sooner the better. And I can help with that.
Your expertise will be most helpful, Commander.
Pretty sure you didn't bring me into all this for the charming conversation, though that is a definite bonus. I'll be glad to have something to do. It'll help me adjust to life as a sentient hologram. I've got a lot to process and a lot to catch up on.
A lot has changed since 2257.
That might be the understatement of the 25th century. Short term, I'll start putting together a list of known spore colonies. We need to keep an eye on those. If we're lucky, we'll catch Ja'ula before something like this happens again.